The Supreme Court found Prime Minister Yousuf Raza Gilani guilty of contempt for refusing to write to Swiss authorities to reopen corruption cases against President Zardari. Prime Minister Gilani, who could have faced a maximum sentence of 6 months in prison, was sentenced till the rising of the court by a 7-member bench of the Supreme Court headed by Justice Nasser ul-Mulk. The Prime Minister emerged from the court shortly after, smiling and waving to his supporters. While speaking to GeoNews, Prime Minister Gilani expressed that he had sought justice from the court and the judgment against him was not appropriate. Following the verdict, an emergency session of the cabinet summoned to review the Supreme Court's ruling expressed solidarity with the Prime Minister and decided that the case was of political nature and there was no justification for Prime Minister Gilani to resign on moral grounds. However, opposition parties were quick to call on the Prime Minister to tender his resignation. PMLN President Nawaz Sharif, the head of the country's main opposition party, called for an immediate resignation by the Prime Minister and said the party could no longer recognize Yousuf Raza Gilani as the Prime Minister of Pakistan.
मेरा ख्याल है कि अब इस कन्विक्शन के बाद वज़ीर आज़म को फौरी तौर के ऊपर जो है वो अपना ओहदा छोड़ना चाहिए, उनको स्टेप डाउन करना चाहिए और फिर जो है वो जो भी उसके बाद हुकूमत बनती है वज़ीर आज़म मार्ज वजूद में आता है तो उसके लिए राह हमवार करनी चाहिए। मैं नहीं समझता कि इसके बाद अब जो है वो वज़ीर आज़म को अब वक्त गुजारना चाहिए, हुकूमत को किसी और साजिश में उलझना चाहिए या सुप्रीम कोर्ट की भी मैं समझता हूँ कि इस फैसले की मज़ीद ये तौहीन होगी।
During a news conference, the Prime Minister's Counsel Etizaz Ehsan announced that the Prime Minister, Cabinet and coalition partners had decided to file an appeal against the contempt conviction. Etizaz added that he would seek suspension of the verdict's operation as the Prime Minister was not convicted according to the charges levelled against him.
I was never, as a lawyer for 3 months I've been in the court, never put to trial. My client was never put to trial for scandalizing of the court.
During the proceedings of the contempt case, Prime Minister Gilani had insisted that President Zardari enjoyed immunity from criminal prosecution at home and abroad, which is why the letter was not written.